Now that you have some idea of what an inequality is, let's go ahead and practice solving some. So let's start with a simple one. Let's say we have x plus 3 is greater than 4. So from here we're gonna look for values of x that make this true. So before we do with algebra, let's think about it. Well, if we plug in 1 for x, then we get 4 is greater than 4, which is not true. So we already know that the values of x have to be greater than 1. So let's try to plug in 5. If we plug in 5, we get 5, let's plug in 2. If we plug in 2, we get 2 plus 3, which is 5, and 5 is indeed greater than 4. So now let's do the same thing that we just thought about with algebra. So we're going to subtract 3 on both sides. So this cancels, and we get x is greater than 1. And that is exactly what we just thought about in our head. So let's do one more. So let's say we have x plus 4 is less than or equal to 1. So in this case, we're going to subtract 4 from both sides. So we get 1 minus 4, that's negative 3. So x is less than or equal to negative 3. And we are done. Let's do one that's a little bit more complicated. Let's see, we have 2x plus 4 is greater than, let's say, 8. Okay, so this is similar to a two-step equation. Now we have inequality sign instead of an equal sign. So we subtract 4 as the first step from both sides. 4 minus 4 is 0, 8 minus 4 is 4. So we get 2x is greater than 4. So remember, this is not x, this is 2x is greater than 4. So now to get x alone, we divide by 2 on both sides. So this cancels out, 2 divided by 2 cancels out to 1. So we get 1x is greater than 4 divided by 2, which is 2, which is the same thing as x is greater than 2. So for this equation to hold true, x has to be greater than 2.